Hi, Jim Van Zant, one of the pastors here at Carlisle United Methodist Church with Sermon in 3 Minutes. I was doing some research the other week, reading articles on the internet, and one article I was reading, the author had this sentence. He wrote, "Most of our problems are not circumstantial, they're perceptual." I had to stop for a moment and really think about what the author was trying to say here, because I thought, what do you mean they're not caused by our circumstances? It was really a matter of definition, meaning what we call problems may not really be problems at all, but we call them problems. The whole point of the thing was, what's the size of God? The author was trying to get us to understand that things become problems in our lives when we reduce the size of God in our lives. That the bigger God is in our lives, the smaller our problems become. And the converse, the smaller God is in our lives, the bigger our problems loom. We're reading a book here at CUMC over these next couple of weeks with a sermon series. It's by Mark Batterson. It's called In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day. He also authored another book called Chasing the Lions. And one of the points he wants to make in our lives is just how big God is, that He's bigger than any of the lions that may loom in our lives. He says in one of his books that we're born with only two fears. He gets this from research from his sources. We're born with only two fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. And that's from studies and experiments with babies done over the years. All the other fears in our lives are learned by experience. A lot of us learn some fears about God that aren't necessarily true, and we have to unlearn them. And one of them, the fear, is that we might do anything that could displease God at any given moment, and when He withdraws His pleasure from us, why our problems will overwhelm us. That's one of the things we need to get over, and one of the things that Jesus came to tell us about. Just what God is really like, just how loving God really is, just about the intimate relationship He wants to have with us. So if you're facing a lion in your life or some problems this week, remember God's bigger than that. Unlearn any fears that keep you away from God. Have a great week. Thanks for tuning in.